Today's video is basically a FaceTime between you and your internet best friend to help you determine if he is the one. Hey, what's up? It's Emily and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, consider me your internet big sister who just so happens to be a recruiter. So I drop 2 videos a week, one that helps you level up your career and one that helps you level up your life. Everyone who's in a relationship that I used to ask for relationship advice would always say, when you know, you just know. You'll just feel in your gut that he's the one. The issue with me is I would always feel like the guys I was dating was the one. Otherwise, I wouldn't be dating them. And I think a lot of people are like that as well, where you're only really dating people that you're very interested in. Otherwise, you see it as a waste of time. So this whole if you know situation really just makes it confusing and difficult to understand what is a complete mismatch on compatibility and what might legitimately be a good fit for you. In my humble opinion, love is not enough. And you want to know how I know that? A series of relationships where I was head over heels in love with the guy who turned out to treat me like SHIT. He treated me so badly, and it didn't matter that I loved him because love was not enough. Love was not going to make me feel respected or heard. Love just wasn't going to cut it long term. But I urge you to think about your compatibility, not just your attraction or desire to be with that person. Do your future lifestyles look the same? Do you have the same goals? Do you have communication styles that complement each other? Do you deal with conflict the same way? If all of those answers point to no and you've tried to work on them and there is no progress after a couple of months, I promise this is only going to make your decision easier. When you are 85 and rolling out of bed, who do you want to be beside you to help you? Do you want it to be someone who understands your communication style, who has nonstop empathy for your position or what you might need? Or do you want it to be someone who's going to make your life a zillion times more difficult? If you've clicked this video because you're not sure if he is the one, take that as a sign he might not be. Ask yourself this: if he was the person I was destined to be with for the rest of my life, would it be this challenging? Would I feel this unsure? Would I feel this insecure? And it's not about every relationship being perfect. And trust me, relationships take work. My boyfriend and I work hard to be good communicators and to be compatible for each other. But girl, if you have resorted to YouTube or my TikTok page that I love and adore, there is a high possibility you are looking to hear something that changes your mind. Sometimes when we look for external validation, whether it's on the internet or with our friends, it's because we already know what the right decision is and we're just waiting for someone to say, it's okay. So if you're here and you're on the fence about if this person is right for you, it's okay if they're not. He doesn't have to be a bad person for him not to be the right person for you. In fact, he could be an amazing individual. Anyone can be great, whether it's friendships, relationships, anything, and they can still not be the right person for you. And just because there isn't enough bad for it to be easy to cut the cord doesn't mean you should stay tethered to that person. And if you listened to that and didn't relate to a thing because your boyfriend's a piece of shit, then girl, you know the answer. If you've asked yourself these questions and you're still on the fence, I want you to take out a notebook. You know me, you always see this notebook on my channel, and make a pros and cons list. Literally an itemized list that goes down into the nitty-gritty detail of the things this person adds to your life. What do they improve that you can't already do for yourself? It might be things like compliments. It might be things like making you feel safe and secure. Make a list of all of the things they add to your life. And then make a list on the other side of that piece of paper of all of the things they subtract. Is it your peace of mind? Is it your confidence? Is it your ability to go hang out with your girlfriends? Is it your ability to feel like you stand on your own 2 feet? To have a very honest look at that list, one side inevitably is going to outweigh the other. Now, this next question is the singular reason I ended up breaking up with my ex. I asked myself, if not a thing changes for the rest of my life, am I going to be happy? And the answer was no. You are here because you are in love with the potential of this man or what your relationship could be or used to be. I need you to get real. I need you to take a good hard look at what this relationship actually is today and understand that this is the best it gets. Even if he promises that he changes, he might, and that's great for you, but he might not. So are you really going to hedge your bets on the rest of your life on one individual who may or may not improve? Sometimes when you're dating somebody, you don't have a specific reason. You just feel something is off in your gut. Maybe you want to meet new people. Maybe you feel like you've spent too much time in this relationship. Or maybe there is an underlying theme in the conflict that just isn't sitting right with you. I want to give you unconditional permission to trust your gut. Your gut is your higher self protecting you from things that are not good for you. And every time you ignore your gut, you step further and further away from your purpose and the things that are meant for you. And girl, listen, I am not going to pretend that I didn't sit and cry my effing eyes out when my ex and I broke up. I thought this was the one. I thought this was the guy I was spending the rest of my life with. But a few months after that breakup, and I've got a breakup survival guide up here, and I went through that process I outlined, I woke up one day and realized how misaligned he was for my life, how much he held me back emotionally, with my friends, with just my sense of self. And I have become a much more successful and happy version of me ever since we parted ways. If you're on the fence about leaving your partner, ask yourself, what do you need to see in order for you to be happy in this relationship? And if it's possible for you to get that with that person, I love that for you. Like, go do that. But if it's just this innate or intangible gut feeling, I need you to listen and respect and honor what your higher self is telling you. Yeah, very much was a rough but full of love FaceTime with your older sister.